let's get to it because y'all know we were going to talk about this. Verzuz. Lox versus Dipset. I believe Moose watched this because he came into the podcast with a different kind of vibe and the New York hat.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
I'm going to say, I'm not going to say it is, but it was one of the best verses I've seen so far. Facts. Before I give my whole spiel about it, Moose, how did you feel about? Because I feel like I can have this conversation with you finally because you watched it, so we good.
Yeah. Well, first let me apologize because I think on the live show I said, I think Dipset is going to take this, and I really felt that they were.
Yeah.
But the way Jada Kiss came out, and I'm like, what? This is their, like, I don't know what happened, but it caught me by a total surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I think, of course, it was just a tremendous display of music, like real artistry, I think, again. And that's why I said people from New York will really appreciate this because I just felt like, it made me feel nostalgic in a way, Nick's. Like, I'm like, I remember listening to this music or just having this feel, right? Mm-hmm. Growing up in our neighborhood in Queens and in different parts of the city. So that was really cool. The part that I appreciated above all, though, was to see how someone can come and prepare for competition, even when their competition is not ready for competition. Mm. And I know I said competition 6 times right there.
That was a lot.
But the fact that that's a lot of competition, I know. But the fact that Jadakiss showed up and was so determined to prove a point, mm-hmm. and I don't know when's the last time he put out new music, but he just felt like I was watching like Tyson in his prime, like Ali in their prime, tip-top shape, like ready to go for forever. And I just really appreciated that he didn't take something lightly because he loved to do it. Like he didn't just love the art or rapping or music, but you clearly can see someone who's a phenomenal performer. So I really appreciated to see like, there's levels to it, and you can be an all-time great at one point in your career, even when you were actively putting out music. But yesterday's accomplishments are not going to help you in today's world, in a sense. So like to see how, they outmatched mm-hmm. Dipset and just everyone from that side, I was just like, wow, they are not stopping. Like they showed no mercy whatsoever. So for me, of course, the music was great, but I really did appreciate just the ferociousness that Jada and the squad showed up with. Like, we're going to go pretty strong here today. So that was next level for sure.
So I'll start off by saying I think we both thought Dipset was going to win just because their movement was way bigger than the Lox, right? So you look at culture over music sometimes. And what they did for the culture in New York was mm-hmm. massive, right?
100%.
So instantly people are like, all right, Dipset, boom, right? So on my fan mode real quick before I get into the real breakdown, Jada's the MVP, hands down, okay? Everybody's been saying this phrase, but the Lox did a whole masterclass on what's supposed to happen as far as performance-wise. They came prepared. It was more like, okay, if they play this song, we're going to come back with this song. And if they do this song, if they say this, boom, we're going to do this. Right. Like they were extremely prepared, where Dipset was already late, didn't come out, whatever, didn't know their words. That was weird. It just looked a little sloppy on their end, but it's still appreciated that they were there, right? And the back and forth ish talking was appreciated. I don't know what Freaky Ziggy was doing ever, but the Lox showed out amazing. So for our non-hip hop heads, don't worry, I got y'all. Okay, so I want to break down how, I don't know if you caught it, but they have a subscription base now. Did you catch that?
I didn't, no.
Okay, so for our business and branding people that are like, okay, you've gone over Verzuz 17 million times. What's happening? Why are we so I love how they continuously step it up. So first part, Madison Square Garden. This is not in a club like we've been seeing it. This is where tickets were sold, right? And you can see certain statuses of, okay, if you're the celebrity, you're up front. Or if you purchase these particular tickets, you're up front. You clearly saw the audience this time. Whereas before, it was like, okay, we're still very aware of the pandemic, but I want you to know we have people in it, but I don't want to let you know how much. This one was like, nah, this is packed. We outside, right? The promotion to get to it was funny. They did the entertainment kind of vibe. Let's have all these different jokes and skits and commercials, and you see the back and forth. And so that brought anticipation to this particular event, right? Now, at the end, they now have a like Verzuz Fight Club or something like that, right? So for $2.99 or $29.99, this is not a commercial. I'm just breaking down the monetization side now. So for those particular prices, you can get an Verzuz Fight Club exclusive fight and Verzuz battle each month. So now they're going from free 99 from your phone to then their cameras and their setup to now a subscription base, which I'm interested to see how that happens as far as what battles are going to still be live for free on like Instagram and Triller, or what is going to be the subscription based one, since now they're matched with a boxing event as well. So if people have been paying attention to us from the jump when we've been talking about Verzuz in the beginning, it showed, and I keep repeating this part, it shows from an idea to pure exposure to now monetization, and where they're selling tickets, right? They allowed stock for the beginning people of Verzuz to have Triller stock with the Verzuz deal, right? Tim and Swift have major like creative control and ownership on the joint still. They did the Peloton thing. It's just evolving into a huge, massive movement and brand that is now bringing in a lot of money, a lot of sponsorships, and different streams of income off of just an idea of, hey, let's battle my favorite songs with your favorite songs. You know me, I love the Verzuz brand. And each time it shows something new. And we discussed it where we see the transition into a paid joint. We see, okay, are they going to stay in Miami with the club kind of look and people will come to Miami and see it? Yeah. Or are they going to bring it to the road? And that was almost an answer right there. Like, no, we're going to go to cities where these battles are going to be in. And Michael Buffer was there. My man does not speak for less than $1 million.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
money is there, which was really weird for them to say the Lox.
Artists in the building too, like Fat Joe was there. Like I just seen a lot of like, I'm like, man, I don't know that I've ever seen a concert.
Mello was there.
That many big name celebrities can enjoy at this scale. And to see what that was, I was like, wow, that's really cool. Like they've created something so unique in its essence that even people of the same, think of it the same niche or the same lane that are still coming out to support and taking the experience. So I think, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so shout out to Verzuz. That was an amazing, amazing battle. Kind of disappointed at Dipset. Yeah, I am. But I forgot how many songs and features the Lox really have.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire.
Really have.
Yeah.
And there was rumor saying that they were supposed to bring out Mace and Diddy. Or Love, and we'll get into that. But yeah, they were supposed to bring some people out. And I was expecting guests. You're in Madison Square Garden. You're home. Both of you guys are home. You didn't bring nobody out? But well, I guess they didn't need to, but...
Yeah. I mean, the fact that those Jada freestyles were pretty fire, though. I mean, I felt like that alone kind of made up for the lack of guests. Like, you know what? Not only am I going to give you some of my classics, I'm gonna just do this here too. I was just like, yo, I don't know that, and I don't know that anyone has done that in any of the Verzuz battles so far. So, like, yeah, that was cool. That was cool because what I always tie it back to, and sorry for this like quick personal development tip, but I always tie it back to, you know, being able to create your own rules even when it's like not mentioned. It's not like no one said, oh, you can't, you know, drop some. I know people have released albums and they've kind of set it up in a way like, okay, I'm going to, you know, release music on or around the day of the battle. But yeah, the way he did it, I thought was really dope. So.
Big facts. So shout out to Verzuz, shout out to the LOX and Dipset. If you watch this, that was amazing. It was amazing for New York. And I'm very interested how they follow up. I'm very interested what the next battle will be, because bar is kind of high. Bar is kind of high. But